Tuesday brought a mix of highs and lows, but let's start with the good stuff. Here's the headline grabbing attention. Franklin Templeton files for XRP ETF as altcoin adoption soars, courtesy of Reuters. Over the past 6 months, firms have been in a race to file for XRP ETFs, with the first filing landing back in early October 2024. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have seen over 70% profit with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. As interest in XRP and its dedicated ETF skyrockets, it's no surprise that demand keeps growing. The momentum? Totally expected. And it's only just beginning. For years I've said it, XRP has faced some of its toughest battles yet, thanks to the SEC drama. To me, it's always felt like this moment was inevitable. Now, with a shift in administration, the tides seem to be turning in favor of crypto, bringing us closer to the resolution we've all been waiting for. At this point, it feels undeniable. I'm confident this change is coming, likely by 2025. But seriously, what is the SEC even doing? And that brings us to this not-so-great headline right here. It's from Cointelegraph. The SEC has delayed its decision on XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin ETFs. Now, you might be thinking, wait a second, aren't we living under the first pro-crypto president in US history? The tone from the top seems clear, crypto-friendly. So why are we still seeing the same old delay tactics for an XRP ETF that the SEC used for over a decade with Bitcoin ETF applications? We'll dive into that, but first, let me be upfront. I'm not a financial expert and this isn't financial advice. Seriously, don't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say here. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who loves sharing thoughts on this fascinating space through YouTube videos. It's all for fun and purely a hobby. Now, back to the headline, this time from Reuters. Franklin Templeton is diving deeper into the crypto world, filing for an XRP ETF as the push for altcoin adoption gains momentum. This marks their latest move to tap into the growing interest in digital assets beyond Bitcoin. The proposed ETF will track XRP's spot price, reflecting the rising demand among asset managers to expand their crypto offerings. Tuesday's filing adds to a wave of spot crypto ETF applications, fueled by hopes of a friendlier stance from the SEC in the current regulatory climate. Franklin Templeton isn't stopping with XRP either. Just last month, they filed for a Solana ETF. Meanwhile, Grayscale Investments recently stepped into the spotlight with a fund tied to Dogecoin. It's clear, the race to dominate the crypto ETF space is heating up. Let me just take a moment to highlight something exciting here. I've been thrilled about all these firms jumping on board. But Franklin Templeton? That's next level. We're talking one of the giants in the industry. I wasn't entirely sure just how big they were, so I did a quick Google search. The answer? Right there on your screen. A staggering $1.53 trillion in assets under management. Let that sink in. This isn't some small fly-by-night operation. Franklin Templeton is one of the biggest players on the planet. And guess what? They believe in XRP. They recognize that their customers are asking for a fund that provides exposure to XRP. So they're making it happen. And let's be honest, they wouldn't even consider doing this if they didn't have full confidence in XRP's long-term potential. That's as clear as day. Amazing, right? This is the kind of monumental news we got on Tuesday, and it's a massive step forward. What's going on, SEC? Lately, the SEC has been firing off lawsuits and launching investigations across the crypto space like it's going out of style. Yet, we're still holding our breath for the Ripple case. Sure, it's more complicated, so the delay makes sense. Kind of. Here's the twist. As I've mentioned in recent videos, Ripple itself might be the holdup. There's a chance they're in talks to reduce or eliminate penalties altogether. Of course, they can't just erase Judge Torres's ruling. Everyone agrees on that. But here's the thing, it's possible, even if the road to it is messy and winding, Ripple might just be the key to why those appeals haven't vanished yet. So, all I'm saying is, don't count them out of the equation just yet. Let's clear this up. This isn't some hidden signal that says, we're pro-crypto, just not when it comes to Ripple or XRP. That's not the case, and it's worth taking a moment to make that crystal clear. But still, it begs the question, what's going on here? Are we looking at a crypto-friendly SEC now? After all, Trump himself declared the so-called war on crypto over. He didn't just hint at it, he said it outright. So if that's true, why are we seeing headlines like SEC delays, decision on XRP, Solana, Litecoin, Dogecoin ETFs? The US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has hit the pause button on approving several exchange-traded funds, ETFs, tied to XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. In a flurry of filings on March 11th, the agency announced it needs more time to review proposed rule changes that would allow these ETFs to move forward. Among the delayed offerings are Grayscale's XRP ETF and CBOEBZX's Spot Solana ETF, with decisions now postponed until May. Here's the kicker. This isn't exactly a shocking move. If you followed the SEC's track record, you'll know this is their playbook. For over a decade, they've treated Bitcoin ETFs the same way, dragging their feet, delaying decisions, and keeping applicants stuck in regulatory limbo. It's a classic delay tactic. Instead of an outright no, they press pause, effectively freezing any progress for months. Stuck in this waiting game, applicants can do little but sit tight and watch the clock tick. The strategy is clear: delay, delay, and delay some more. By stalling, they push back the timeline for applicants to refile, essentially kicking the can down the road. Why? Because they knew the answer was going to be no. The more delays, the less they'd have to deal with it. That's the game plan. It's manipulative. It's frustrating. And honestly, it's ridiculous. But for the SEC, which obviously didn't want to give the green light, this approach meant fewer interactions with the crypto crowd. That's the real reason behind these stalling tactics. And now, we're seeing echoes of this strategy with XRP. Sure, you might be thinking, why now? What's the timing all about? Fair question, but stay with me, there's more. Experts who track ETFs daily, like those at Bloomberg, have some fascinating observations to share, and let me tell you, their insights align closely with my own hunches. Honestly, yeah, it's been surprising in a good way. The SEC has made some bold moves lately, ones I wasn't sure they'd tackle without a new chair in place. I mean, we're still waiting on Paul Atkins to get confirmed, and while that's likely, it's not a done deal yet. But even without him, we've seen some major action, investigations and lawsuits being wiped off the slate left and right. People assumed none of this would happen until fresh leadership stepped in at the SEC. Yet here we are. It's got me thinking though, when it comes to ETFs, is this where they draw the line? Will they hold off approving them until they've got the permanent chair in place? It feels like one of those moments where you really need someone at the helm, someone to set the agenda and coordinate the strategy. Sure, there's an acting SEC chair right now, but let's be real. The acting chair is just holding down the fort. The real leadership begins when the official chair steps in and the game plan can finally come together. Until then, you can't help but wonder, what's next? Naturally, this aligns with what you'd expect Trump to want, given the nomination process. No surprises there. Everything seems to be falling into place. But let's dive deeper. Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert shared in a March 11th post that while the SEC recently pushed back on several altcoin ETF filings, it's no reason to sound the alarm. According to him, this is just standard protocol. He highlighted that Paul Atkins, Trump's SEC chair nominee, hasn't even been confirmed yet, so this delay isn't unexpected. Seifert remains optimistic, saying, "This doesn't change our relatively high odds of approval. Plus, the final deadlines aren't until October. Plenty of time to see how things unfold." His full post is right here if you want a closer look. So yes, there's been a delay, but it's for entirely different reasons than the SEC's long-standing hesitation with Bitcoin ETFs over the past decade. Fun fact, the first Bitcoin ETF filing dates all the way back to 2013. Maybe it was Gemini, though I could be way off. Honestly, just Google it if you're curious. It's been ages, so who knows? It feels like they might just be waiting for Atkins to step in before making any big moves. These are massive decisions after all. It's not shocking this is happening. But here's the thing. I don't think this is the same strategy we saw during those anti-crypto days of the past, like under Trump's first term when he was very much anti-crypto. Funny enough, he's completely flipped his stance now. Credit where it's due. If you change your mind and get it right, that's a win. Good on him for supporting the right side this time. Meanwhile, Eric Balchunas from Bloomberg chimed in, pointing out that Ethereum staking and in-kind were delayed too. So it's not just XRP getting stalled here, it's across the board. Picture this. It's like the NYC-bound Amtrak breaking down in DC on a Monday morning. Frustrating, but it's still going to get there eventually. That's the story with XRP ETFs right now. Oh, and here's something interesting I've been keeping an eye on. Polymarket, the popular online betting site, currently places a 74% chance of an XRP ETF getting approved by 2025. Make of that what you will, but we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Now, don't panic or lose sleep over this. It's not worth the stress. But it does matter, and here's why. ETFs have a huge impact on the supply and demand game for XRP. Once approved and live, any XRP ETF will need to be backed by actual XRP. So, firms like Franklin Templeton, if approved, will have to buy up XRP to back the ETFs they're selling to customers. More demand equals price goes up. Simple math. That said, I don't think this will shake things up dramatically in this cycle, even if approval happens before it ends. Could it happen this year? Sure, maybe. But let's just say I'm not betting the farm on it. Over the years and decades to come, the money flowing into crypto could be massive, like game-changing, massive. Sure, Bitcoin and the crypto world have been around for 16 years now, but let's be real, it's still early days. The future is wide open, and XRP ETFs, they're coming. No doubt about it. Eventually, we're going to see a wave of them approved, and when that happens, you can bet BlackRock will jump in. There's no way the world's largest asset manager, with a jaw-dropping $10 trillion under management, is just going to sit this one out. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't already filed for an XRP ETF. What are they waiting for? They won't let competitors like Franklin Templeton carve out the spotlight for long. BlackRock doesn't back down. They dominate. Mark my words, they're not going to leave that opportunity on the table. When they do make their move, it's going to send ripples through the entire market. The biggest player in the game doesn't play small. Get ready. That's exactly why you should be excited. Imagine what this means for XRP over the coming years, and even decades. Massive amounts of money moving through the system, no doubt about it. So honestly, I don't think this delay is a big deal. Sure, it's frustrating, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a small bump in the road. Just wait until Paul Atkins takes charge. Things are going to shift in a big way. XRP approval is on the horizon. But hey, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make buying or selling decisions based on what I say. Seriously, that would be a really bad idea.